I'm with UFC welterweight Vicente Luque, who unfortunately will not be fighting next weekend in Abu Dhabi. You were supposed to take on Nick Diaz, but we get the news that he has travel issues and he's out. First of all, what was your reaction to the news?
I knew that it was gonna be a hard fight. The build up to it, I expected to have, some kind of, I don't know, maybe, an issue with the weight or some kind of, unexpected thing. But I didn't think the fight was gonna, fall through. And yeah, I was disappointed. I feel super ready, super excited to step in there, and fight a legend like Nick. But hopefully, we're gonna get it rescheduled for soon.
Did you get any clarification, or did you just get the same thing as we heard, travel issues?
Yeah, I got travel issues. When I try to think of it, I don't know. It's a long time he hasn't fought, so maybe the diet, to try to make 170, training, all this build up for the fight. Plus, he had to travel from California to Abu Dhabi. Plus, all that, maybe it was, too much, a lot of complication because I don't know. I can't think of anything else. So I just know that. Yeah.
And you said the plan is to have it rescheduled. Is that what the UFC told you?
Yeah, that's what the UFC, that's what my manager Ali told me. We're working on rescheduling the fight, and I'm gonna stay ready if we could do it, soon or maybe September, maybe August. I was pushing for Noche UFC. I think that would be awesome, So we'll see. I'm gonna stay ready.
But you haven't gotten any word on when it could possibly be rescheduled for.
No, no word yet. For me, I don't know how Nick is. If he was training for this fight, I think he's ready to fight, so we can reschedule it for soon. But I don't know. Let's see what the UFC is gonna say.
Because I know that, like, I listened to an interview with his coach, Cesar Gracie, who wasn't a part of his camp for this one, but he said he felt like the fight wasn't going to happen and he was surprised by the fight. Were you also surprised when they gave you Nick Diaz?
I was surprised because I didn't know he was gonna fight again. I thought he was retired, so I was pleasantly surprised because I've always wanted to fight a guy like that. Nick was always a legend, a guy that I watched a lot during my beginning of my career. So yeah, I mean I was surprised, but I thought it was gonna happen. I hope it's gonna happen. I definitely want this fight, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, that's my next question. Like, do you have now any hesitation that maybe you could end up waiting and it doesn't happen, or are you confident that it gets rescheduled?
I mean, I'm confident that you're going to work and give me, some kind of position in that regard. I definitely want to fight again this year, so we still have time. We'll see. If I got to wait until next year, I don't think I'm going to be waiting on Nick. I'm going to move on. But for now, I think that we can make this fight happen and not long, before maybe in the next couple of months. So I'm going to wait for it.
If it isn't Nick Diaz, if you don't end up fighting Nick Diaz, do you have any specific names that interest you right now?
I mean, I don't have a specific name. I think that there are a lot of big names out there. One guy that I'm here in London. I've seen is MVP. It's a guy that has a great style. I would love to fight him. Maybe now, maybe down the line. I don't know. Whenever. But right now I'm focused on Nick. But later, who knows? MVP could be a fun fight to have.
Now, speaking of MVP, he just fought Ian Garry, somebody that you've trained with. What did you think of that fight?
That fight, I mean, it was a little bit disappointing to me just because I really anticipated a striking battle. I know how good, Ian Garry is with the striking, how versatile he is. So I thought it was going to be a true battle in the stand up. But Ian was more calculated. He decided to go to the route of grappling, kind of securing that win, which I totally understand. I think it was a great job on his side to catch, that win, keep moving up the rankings. But I wanted to see that striking battle, and I didn't get to see it. So, I know that MVP is a great striker. That's what I would like to have a battle with him one day.
Do you think Ian has championship potential?
I think Ian can definitely, become a champion. I think he's got the talent, he's got the skill set. He seems to be developing towards that, developing all his skills and becoming a great fighter. So I do think he can be a champion. I think he's still very fresh. So there's a lot of experience to be gained. So I don't think it's going to be soon, but I definitely think he can be a champion.
And one more before I let you go, and I appreciate your time. Obviously, the main event tomorrow night or tomorrow morning between Belal and Leon Edwards, the rematch. How do you see that going?
I think it's a very interesting fight. For me, it's almost 50-50. Both of the guys earned earned their spot. Tough fighters, not guys that are just trash talking and building their way up there. They really fought. They really earned what they're fighting for. And when I look at it, I think that at this point, why is it 50-50 for me? Leon has been looking great, has defended the belt against, great guys. Now, Bilal also has beaten. I'm one of the guys that he beat. He beat me. He beat Gilbert. He beat Sean Brady. He beat all these, tough guys coming onto the great win streak that he's coming. So for me, it's hard to say. I would give a small edge to Leon because he's at home, because he has, that I think he was winning the first fight, but still, it's a very close matchup.
All right, Vicente, I really appreciate the time. Thank you so much. Enjoy the fights tomorrow.
Thank you.